Welcome, America, in this springtime to Dow's Weekly Digest. Yes, the temperature is getting warmer, and some of the farmers are getting ready to hit the fields. The temperature is changing. My theme for today is thermostat or thermometer. What's your personal and business culture? But before we look further into today's theme, let's visit some cowboy wisdom. I'm sorry, today I do not have any cowboy wisdom, but I do have some cowgirl wisdom. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. The cowgirl is telling us sometimes you must take life by the reins. If you want to chase your dreams and ambitions, get going. You know, I couldn't help but notice that cowgirl wisdom has more words than cowboy wisdom. I'm just saying. Do we have any South Dakota trivia to share on this theme? Indeed, I do have some South Dakota trivia. I send this out today especially to a family friend by the name of Toby. You see, Toby told me that almost the last 15 years he has worked in the lumber industry for the same employer in a little village in the Black Hills called Hill City. But Toby's career will be ending in a few weeks. So, Toby, this South Dakota trivia is for you. In 1898, the first commercial timber sale of federal forested land in the United States was authorized in an area of Jim and Estes Creeks near the town of Nemo, which happens to be just about 7 miles from where I live, north of us. Now, what does the Book of Wisdom, the Bible, say about temperature? Well, I'm going to be looking at the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verses 15 and 16. It goes like this. I know your works. You are neither cold nor hot. Would that you were either cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither cold or hot, I will spit you out of my mouth. And let's also tie in Matthew 5:37. But let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. For whatever is more, these is from the evil one. Thermostat or thermometer. This thermostat can do a lot of things. Not only tell the temperature, but regulate the temperature at different times of the day and switch from heat to cool. Individuals and teams who are purely reactionary do not perform as well as those who are proactive. They are operating in the thermometer mode. Without clarity of the type of culture they are trying to create and the leader they need to be, they end up with a culture that is purely reactionary. The temperature goes up and down depending on who's in the room and what's happening in their external environment. One day it's hot, another day it's cold. Like the old thermometer, the person reacts only to the environment. The best leaders and teams operate in the thermostat mode with clarity and precision. They know the temperature that they want to set as a leader and a collective team. No matter what is happening in the external environment, They proactively set the temperature they desire. The focus is not only on what they will do, but how they will do it as individuals and a unified team. Like a thermostat, the culture is proactively, and it's shaped by the consistent temperature they set. Being proactive, that's the cornerstone. Having a clear strategy from the beginning, starting the strategy early, establishing needs before it is needed, and taking advantage of timing. All proactive elements of success. Thermostat thinking, calibrating, that's the key. The best leaders and team understand that. Calibrating. The thermostat does not happen magically. It is not reactionary, it's proactive. The best teams are committed day in and day out, month in and month out, year in and year out, to calibrate their thermostat and gaining alignment and clarity on the temperature they desire to set in the future. If you're experiencing, or your team, negativity, blame, division, disconnection, or uncertainty, indeed, it may be time to calibrate the thermostat. Trust me, your clients will feel the different temperature, and so will your entire team. A tool that your internal wholesaler recently has, as an individual and as a team, been involved with is called the SWOT analysis. SWOT. Be sure to ask your internal wholesaler for some details on information on just that little tool that we'd have available to you. Thermostat thinking, calibrate thinking. Maybe no surprise to you that financial market has some resources to help you. One that comes to mind is from one of our premier carriers, AIG, American General. So let's go to the financial markets website and look at this tool. I'm going to go to the top on the right hand side and I'm going to click on to Agent Tools. And then under the heading of Sales and Marketing, I'm going to click on to Products. And then scroll down to Premier Life Carriers and find the American General Life Company's logo. Now I'm going to scroll down to News. You know I like news. And click on to View All. Folks, I'd like you to look at March 26th. The title, Don't Miss the Flip. Don't miss the flip. Highlighting the underwriting sweet spots. I'm now going to click on to Learn More. And the front of the sheet is entitled Selective Term. So we see the parameters and information about their term insurance. Please note you can dial in. Instead of a 20-year, if I want to dial into a 19-year, I can do so. Also, please note they bring out an advantage. If you have a term client, in this example of their product, and there may be going to be a special class, their starting point, their benchmark that they start at is a much lower rate than others. That being the case, then the premium is collectively going to be lower. Also, their custom duration here, available up to 35 years, a 35-year term. Believe me, that is unique. Now let's go to page 2. Page 2, I think we're going to see this thermostat thinking, this calibrating. So they proactively look at clients. They don't do pigeonhole underwriting, I call it. So partnering with AIG and assistance from your dedicated team member, that being your internal wholesaler, that SME expert, subject matter expert, we're able to then see many different underwriting categories where we can proactively approach the client and calibrate from their needs a very competitive premium. Notice this category here entitled Family History. Family history, much more liberal than others. At some ages, it won't even be looked at all. from that thermostat approach. Notice they don't put cancer in the pigeonhole. It isn't just one category. They calibrate then some differences, as we can see here, in the cancer. And also by gender, they differentiate there. There's these paradigm shifts that they have. And they call these their sweet spots, such as cholesterol, cigar use, marijuana use, and more states are approving the use of that. Anxiety, depression, and pre-diabetic. Maybe we've all kind of heard the phrase from a client, well, the doc says I'm not a diabetic. Doctor says I'm a pre-diabetic. Notice they already have that taken into consideration with their sweet spots, their calibrating, their thermostat approach to help you quote the best premium and deliver the best premium and policy for your client's needs. So keep that in mind. When your non-preferred client tells you their medical history, just don't accept the temperature, but apply that thermostat approach. Get more information, calibrate, and contact your dedicated team member, your internal wholesaler. This video is about a year old, and I think it shows AIG's approach from that thermostat viewpoint on how, yes, the outside environment was definitely changing, but these adjustments were made by not only AIG, but all of us. And together, we got it done. Together, we got it done.
And that's what my daddy does.
Good job, Michael. Okay, Lindsay, now tell the class what your mommy does.
My mom has superpowers. It's like she can see the future. What?
Are you serious?
She helps other people see the future, too. It's like she time travels in a rocket ship.
That's cool.
And then she comes back saying, try this or try that. She helps everyone, like mommies and grandpas and grandmas. She helps them feel less worried. Sometimes they hug her, and one time someone even cried before, but happy cry.
Wow. Mommy, so what is it that you do?
I'm a financial advisor.
She is.
AIG proudly supports all the professionals taking care of our financial futures.
You just can't go wrong having a video with kids in it. It's just like Art Linkletter said. Now some of you will have to Google who Art Linkletter is, but he used to have a show, and the show was called Kids Say the Darndest Things. And like I said, you can't go wrong having kids in the video. Yes, the temperature is changing. It's getting warmer. Collectively, we can get up and we can go out. With our thermostat and doing some calibrating and having some control. And knowing the whole time period, GP for you. God's plan for you is great. And blessed are those who ease the pain of misfortune, for they shall be called, folks, insurance agents. You take care.